Melissa Thornley, and today we have with us Chris Rowe, Vice President Creative Director for Onion Labs at The Onion. Hi, Chris. I'm so happy that you're here.
I am too. It's good to see you again.
Okay, so I think I'm going to actually start off with this question. If we are in the Breakfast Club and you have to pick, would you be the athlete? Would you be the geek? Would you be the criminal, the princess, the basket case?
I'd probably be most likely the basket case.
Interesting. Why?
I think being a creative is it's an insecure job. It's an insecure life. It's hard. I think you're always looking for acceptance from other people for your work. Creatives put themselves up on a pedestal, and I think if they get that mass acceptance, they're doing something wrong. But if they don't get that mass acceptance, they're doing something wrong. So it's a weird place to be in this industry.
Okay, so tell me, how did you get into this business?
I grew up on it, actually. My father and my uncle owned and ran a production studio in Chicago. The real fun was getting to go with them to the different ad agencies when they would go present the work, the key line, as they called it back then. I still remember walking into the Burnett building for the first time and just in complete awe. I didn't know what exactly was going on, but you know, I sort of saw the process of seeing art directors or copywriters, you know, coming in and talking about this ad, and then I'd see my father put it together, and then we'd go present it. And you know, after about 2 years working for them, the Mac kind of came in and changed everything. I had a choice to either, you know, go find another career or figure out a way to make this one work. So I think I made this one work.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So now explain for our audience, what's the difference between Onion Labs and The Onion?
The Onion is still pretty much just set up as just the editorial division of the online publication. So all the great headlines, the great articles, the great video, and that's still going strong, always will. Onion Labs is basically in-house ad agency for The Onion. So we operate much like an ad agency does, but also very different. I think as a creative, it's still very much the same thing. We're still on a daily basis concepting and creating ideas for content and for brands, and we still work from a brief and from insights and working with account people, and so that's all very much the same. I'd say the biggest difference is how quickly we move in terms of getting ideas out the door. We have a new assignment every day, if not 2, sometimes 3. Turnaround time is usually 24 hours,
Wow.
and that's just basically getting ideas back out in presentation, and that's, you know, that's good and it's bad. You know, creatives tend to want a little more time to sort of sit on ideas. Too much time is deadly to an idea when it sits around for too long, and then not enough time is maybe not enough time to think about other ways to do it. That's been a really fun challenge. I think that's what myself and all the writers at Labs, I hope they enjoyed that challenge. Ad agencies have a lot of money to throw at the projects, and we don't, so we have to find a different way to achieve the same goal in entertainment and great, hopefully great branded content, and doing it in a maybe more simple, cut down way.
It's been my experience that sometimes with schedules, if you've got a tighter schedule, you can rely on your gut a little bit more. Have you felt that?
Like I said, we move so quickly that you have to sort of trust yourself. We have a great team of writers, and I think we're not only getting faster, but we're just getting better at being fast. You know, I think the ideas are becoming a lot stronger within the time frame that we're working. Less bad ideas to weed through, and you've got more good ideas to pick from, and which is a good problem to have.
A lot of the work that comes out of Onion Labs is, you know, humor based. So how do you know what's funny?
Humor's a tough thing. Humor's really tough. So we're trying to do smart, thoughtful humor. You know, well-written content that everything has an insight to it, that people can go, it's funny because it's true, which is exactly what, you know, The Onion does. So we're trying to do that with at the same time help out a brand with their business problem.
You have had a crazy cool career. I mean, in the different environments that you've worked in, what have you learned about creative environments and like what works or what works for you?
It's a tough industry. Advertising's tough. And you can have really bad days, bad job experiences and things like that. But I think at the end of the day, the friends that I think we all make in this industry, it's such an eclectic mix. It's just the knuckleheads from all over the world that you get to run into. It's probably the best part of the industry.
Yeah, there's something about the fact that it's so much about ideas and connecting with people, because you're always trying to connect with your clients and connect with your consumers, and it just fosters great relationships. It's cool that way.
Definite, side benefit of the industry is the more people you get to meet and talk to and learn from, the better, hopefully, you become at your job and learning how to talk to different people. And
because we're all people.
Yeah.
People who need people.
people just want to talk, and people just want to be heard.
Yeah, it's true. What's one of your favorites?
My favorite in terms of an agency experience? My experience in San Francisco working with the agency out there. The agency was set up where everybody's job, they understood explicitly that their job was to, no matter what role they had in the agency, was to make the creative better.
So even people who were in not necessarily creative roles, it was
100%. Everybody was locked in together and making sure that happened, no matter what you asked of your team, no matter what they asked of you. The goal was to do the best work you could possibly do, and we'd always find a way to do it. Agencies are producing a creative product, but creatives aren't the only people in that building, so you have to make sure that everybody's happy and that you're all sort of there for the same reason.
I ask 3 questions. These are the 3 questions. You can answer them however you see fit. The first question is, where do you come from?
Currently Humboldt Park, but on a deeper level, I think I'm trying to come from a more patient place, putting myself in other people's shoes these days.
Where are you going?
I have no idea. I really don't. I'll send you a postcard when I get there, but I kind of like not knowing. I've been so fortunate in my career and what's brought me to this point right here. So I don't know. I don't really have any plans to do anything differently.
And what keeps you going?
Trying to remember how fortunate I am. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now, and I've been very fortunate in my life and my travels and with my friendships and everything like that. I try as best I can to remember that daily, because that is what should keep people going.
Thank you so much for coming out and spending some time with Beyond the Spot.
Thank you for having me. It was really good to talk with you and see you again.